Hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon as per your respective time zones. On behalf of entire Mastek Managed Services team, we would like to welcome you all to 24B Inventory and Order Management Advisory Webinar session. This important session is to keep you fully synchronized with new features and functionalities as a part of this quarterly release which Oracle provides. My name is Sohail Malik and I am an operations executive at Mastek Managed Services team. Today, I'm your host for the session, and I'm glad to introduce my colleague Shahid Mansoor, who is a part of our vast supply chain team at Mastek. Today, he will take us through all the inventory and order management updates for 24B quarterly release. Today's session is planned for around 45 to 60 minutes, and we will also make sure that we also leave some time to answer all the questions you may have. We also have panelists available, Vinayak Sharma, so you can ask any question through chat or question panel. Before we move to the agenda, let's have a quick look at the important disclaimer. We would like to convey you our approach towards the Oracle updates in a very simpler method. We'll be taking you through vital analysis of 24B updates done by our experts, which will help you incorporating new features and updates easily into the system. Also, we'll sync you on any bugs or known issues if there are any. It's good to have an interactive session, so please do ask questions through chat or question panel. We will answer them at the end of the session. In case if we run out of time, we'll make sure to respond you back by connecting you at a later stage to answer all your questions. This is to give you a glimpse of how we have crafted the structure of this session. A list of new features coming to 24B, detailing on features so you can get brief understanding on what new features are all about. Next one is what are the business benefits and the important takeaway for you as a decision maker. There are four components where we have done in-depth analysis of features which are going to present to you. First one is the impact level analysis, which demonstrate the impact on the end user. If it's low impact, then regression testing can be avoided. If it's high, then we need to opt for regression testing. Second one is which we are all aware that there are some features which are default auto enabled by Oracle and there are some which we need to opt for. Third one highlights the nature of the feature. There would be certain configuration which may be required or some can be used without any changes. Last one is a quick win. This term we use to simply convey that what is ready to use by investing minimum amount of time and what require significant amount of time and effort to make use of this feature. Hi Shahid, I'll be handing over to you now. Please unmute yourself and begin the session.
Thank you. Thank you for providing the brief analysis and our agenda for today's meeting. So, first of all, good morning and good afternoon to everyone. My name is Mohammed Shahid Ismail Mansoor, and I'm here to present you uh, the new features of the for the order management and inventory module. So, let's start. First one. So there are in total 41 updates which we have in, and if we bifurcate this 41 updates, In inventory, we have 33 new features, and in order management, we have 8 numbers of new features. Let's start with the first one, which is the use redesign page to view supply request. Now, with this feature, we can um, search the supply request number by providing the supply request reference, even the supply request, supply order, or a supply document, or even we can search it with the item number as well. Even we can create and save our own default searches, so that it can make life easier to search the orders or supply request number. To use this feature, we need to opt in, and yes, this is a quick win. There is no configuration involved in it, and so the business benefit is to improve. This will improve the efficiency, in order to search any supply request or a supply request number by using the different options. So this is the first feature. Now we'll move to the second one, which is the streamline your B2B setup for the uh, Avalara and Thai Kinetic services provider. So this is basically um, um, basically uh, to streamline the predefined service providers. If we have in our respective organization, then we can connect with them in very ease and greater with greater ease. So the endpoint for this service providers are predefined. So what do we need to do for use this feature? So we need to make some configuration changes. So this will not an opt-in feature. And yes, so once we have a configuration changes, we need to test it out, and then we can have a confirmation that yes, this configuration is working as expected. So the business benefit for this feature is there will be a new simplified process provided to streamline the B2B setup in collaboration messaging work area. So what do we need to do? So this is the configuration changes that we need to do in the system. We need to provide username and a password for this, and next is this will be for the Avalara Inc. This is the example that have given over here, and this is the configuration changes that we need to make. Even though we can set up acknowledge invoice and process invoice, a document setup as an inbound message setup, and this is how we can streamline the process. And this is for again, this is the outbound and inbound setting that we need configuration that we need to make. So this is how we can achieve this feature, and we can use this feature in our respective organization. Now moving to the next one, which is a transfer purchase order as a PDF file. So here this is a very easy win feature, wherein we need to make we need to make a configuration changes. So there will be an option available for a transmit the PDF as an unzipped file when it is the only attachment. So we will be having a checkbox wherein we can uncheck or uncheck based on the PO, which will be an uncompressed PDF file, so that we can share it with our supplier with this feature by enable this checkbox. So the business benefit is this feature makes it easier for a smaller supplier who don't have automated system to read the POs they receive. So here, yes, there will be a configuration changes, and it is a very quick win. So there will be no major configuration change. Now, moving to the next one, which is extend SCM Redwood application pages using Visual Builder Studio. So, this feature will tailor a seamless experience for the user in the enterprise using Visual Builder Studio. So this will so now you can use business rules in Builder and different modes, like we can make the fields as or required and optional, or we can make the fields as read only or editable, or we can hide or show the fields into the system. Even though we can configure a Redwood pages to the best meet your specific business need for an example. And now we can also control which action are visible on the receipt delivery page, or you can set a default date range that is available on a par count overview page. So here there is a quick win. There we need not to enable we need not to opt in for this feature. There is no configuration changes. So yes, this is a quick win for us. So here we can see this option as an in the administration, where edit page in Visual Builder Studio. So that will be available in setting and action menu. If we don't see this page, then we cannot currently use the Visual Builder Studio to edit this page. Yeah. Now moving to the next one, which is default lot uniqueness inventory organization parameter to unique across the items. So with this feature, when using the lot control in the organization, selecting the appropriate lot uniqueness setting can be crucial to meet our external or internal compliance. So, for example, if a national agency which requires to record a track of the unique lot numbers that can't even ever be repeated in that organization. So to achieve this, we need to select this uniqueness as a unique across the item that we can see in the screenshot available over here. So to unique all the lots and lot numbers for across the organization, we need to only select this option over here. So we can obtain this feature, and there will be no configuration changes apart from this uniqueness that we need to select. And yes, this is a quick win for us. So, and over and above, this will be no longer optional from 2040. Yeah. Now moving to the next one, which is monitor par counts across your organization. So first of all, the par counts for the healthcare providers, periodic automatic replenishment, which is known as a par count, which is essential process to support timely medical procedures and a patient care. Uh, so for par counting and replenishment requests, these counts are created and critical maintaining in a day-to-day operations. And um, those for the healthcare providers, par counts are not typically a quantity track areas, because in the healthcare industries or healthcare providers, all of the items which they are used are more of them are consumable items. So that requires an easy so it requires an easy way to monitor to status of the par count replenishment, and to prevent the stock out and operational disruptions. So uh, so the business benefit for this feature is it will help us to ensure the proper settings are in place for the organization to prevent a non-compliance or extra work for the user or when a lot uniqueness is required in real business. So so these are the so by this way we can search by a par location item and counted by who has counted this par locations. Then we can review this par location and item details. Even we can access the par count, mm, and even we can review the count method, count type, and a document type. So this is the next. So here we can see the option as like select row to view. So we can select this and we can view the details as a par count, review the transfer order and purchase. What are the transfer and purchase order was processed against this par count, and we can review these par location details as well. Now moving to the next one, which is a view on hand quantity and stocking location for your goods. So uh, while performing the various warehouse transactions, we need an ability to quick find for an item where it is stocked. For example, if any item is picking is while picking for an item to fulfill the order, we can find that there is not sufficient quantity available for that particular item because of the various reasons like the stock out option, stock out of that particular item, or a damage has happened for that item. So because of that particular that order was critical, we need to see where these goods are stored in the other locations. So now we can view this item on hand quantity in all locations by using the mobile devices. We can simply scan this item and we can see the item availability or item on hand for all the different locations for it, so that we can easily fulfill any critical orders which were placed in it. So the business benefit is it enhances the flexibility and gives us the real-time visibility for our warehouse operations. Yes, so this is a very quick win. We need not for the opt-in because and there will be no configuration changes uh, in it. Now moving to the next one, which is print item or location labels and a defined barcode configuration for scanning labels. So so when dealing with the various suppliers and manufacturers for with the different goods, each one of each of them have their different barcode layouts, and they have in-house they have maybe in-house developed that barcode layouts. So to ensure the accurate data during the scanning, it's very crucial to define a specific layouts. So with this feature, now we can customize the barcode layouts, even though we can print the barcode layouts for items, for sub inventories, for locators and facilitating mobile scannings during the warehouse transactions. So there will be no opt-in for this. So we need to make various configuration changes, and yes, this will be no a quick win because uh, the configuration changes, once we done it into the system, we need to test it out and we need to see whether it is working as per our expectation or not. So steps to enable this feature, we need to configure the barcode formats, create a barcode format with the required details, and we can submit it. Now moving to the next one, which is perform mass maintenance on a sub inventory and locators. So this new enhancement are accessible using a configure sub inventory task from the inventory management work area, where and the setup and maintenance work area. So this is basically the Redwood pages delivered as a part of the managed sub inventory and locators and a redesigned pages. This has enhanced to enable users to create and update multiple sub inventories, even locators, and the item sub inventories, and locator association. So that this now you can also disassociate items with the sub inventory and locators. We can create sub inventory and locators by copying it from the existing sub inventories. Uh, so to use this feature, we need to we need to opt in, and we need to enable this feature. And the main business benefit is we can create and update multiple sub inventories, locator, item association with the sub inventories and a locator simultaneously. So this is the updated pages update. I mean, once we opt in this feature, we'll be having all these options available into the managed sub inventories. We can update the sub inventories. We can create a sub inventory from the existing, uh, and we can do many more. Or we can create a locators. We can disassociate and associate the items and all. So now moving to the next one. Just view unique device identifier in the inventory balance real time. So now for with this feature, this will be available in our OTBI subject area where we can see a unique device identifier column for a lot and a serial number. So here I have mentioned is in this update, unique identifier column is now available for lot and serial numbers only. And there will be no configuration changes. We need not to opt in for this because this is basically an OTBI subject area. So yes, this is a quick win for us and we can use it now for lot and sub inventory. Into the next one, which is view initial requested quantity in the transfer order real-time subject area. Again, we can create an ad hoc report using the real-time transaction data from the inventory management module to monitor but material management processes. So again, in this update, the transfer order initial requested quantity column is now available for transfer order line details. So again, there will be no opt-in for it, and there will be no configuration involved to use this feature. This is just a subject area in OTBI report, and yes, this is a quick win for us. The next one is cancel a movement request in a pending approval area. So previously we when we create any movement request or any movement request has created, we cannot cancel this movement request unless and until it is approved or and now basically before this update, once a movement request was in a pending approval, we need to wait until the entire approval process to be completed, so before canceling it. So now with this feature, we can cancel a movement request while it is still in and pending approval. So main business benefit is this will provide a flexibility to cancel a movement request which is no longer required, and it will not require any approval process. So again, this is a quick win for us. No configuration involved in it, and we need not need to opt in for it. Now moving to the next one. Now the next two feature. So this feature is to confirm open pick lines by using our mobile devices. So confirming the open lines to a pick is a very critical step in fulfillment process, because before without confirming the pick, we cannot ship the goods. And now we can confirm this open pick lines by using a mobile devices, and so we can simply scan the sub inventories, locators, items, or serial number using the camera based device mobile, and we can start our process by searching the open pick lines by pick slip numbers. So here we can see uh, um, uh, and we can validate the picking information by selecting a barcode identifiers, even though we have an option to partial pick lines, and either a split short pick or a back order the remaining quantity. So this will be the options we will be having with these features. Now moving to the next one, which is par location count your par location using a mobile device. Again, um, uh, we can use this feature by our mobile devices. This will improve our efficiency by entering a par replenishment counts using a mobile device in real time as well as in offline mode. So there will be a no opt-in for it, and no configuration changes required in it. So this is also a quick win for us. So the main business benefit is it will increase the organization efficiency by providing a flexibility to perform a par counts in a real-time data. So by this way we can use our mobile device, and we can count our par locations with the different options. Now moving to the next one, which is transfer goods between sub inventory using a mobile devices. Again, uh, a well-organized stockroom or warehouse is a very key to efficient operations. Now we have with this feature, we have ability to walk over to the stocking location. We can scan the location information. We can scan the item quantity, and we can transfer the item from the in real time using our mobile devices. So this will enhance again. It will enhance our efficiency and enhance our flexibility to scan the entire to enter and we can enter a multiple items and to the list seamlessly, and we can transfer the goods between the sub inventory. Again, there will be no opt-in for it and no configuration changes required. It is again a very quick win for us. Next one is issue goods using our mobile devices. So this will by this feature we can do the miscellaneous issue, or we can do the issue transaction by using our mobile devices. We can do as I have mentioned earlier, we can do the miscellaneous issue transaction from the mobile itself. There will be no opt-in and no configuration changes involved. And yes, this is a quick win for us. Now moving to the next one. Again, this we have a feature called a complete cycle count using a mobile device. Again, we can use a mobile device to complete the cycle count. Cycle count. So the cycle count serve as a very key way to ensure the physical on-hand quantity matches with the on-hand reflected in the system in the inventory management module. Now we can record cycle count in a real time by using this mobile device. By using this mobile device, we can count while counting this item physically quantity track sub inventory using a mobile device. And upon so we have now an option to skip the items or lots during a cycle counting, which appear in the list of uncounted items. And based on the upon confirmation, we can confirm the cycle count process and submit the entries and provide for a confirmation message. So the main business benefit to use this feature is this feature will provide the capability to record a cycle count in the real time using real time, and it will increase the productivity of the warehouse operations. Now moving to the next one, which is manage item transaction default on a redesign page. So the item transaction defaults provide you with a quick way to default a sub inventory and locators specific in sub inventory, shipping, or a receiving transaction to save your users valuable time. And so these item transaction defaults can be used to set up transactions for to default the transactions for a specific sub inventory and locators. Now we can create, update, delete the item transaction default now in a mass. We can for limited defaulting, we can create default enter by item or location, or we can update or delete existing defaults. Now with this feature, we have a new spreadsheet, a CSV upload feature has been introduced to mass create and update. So previously we can create or we can default the item transactions for a single item. Now we can create in a multiple items. So the business benefit is this will an improved user experience and a more efficient way to manage the item transaction defaults. So for to use this feature, we need to opt in this feature, and there will be no configuration changes. And yes, it is a quick win for us. This will be the my after opting this feature, we have an redesigned page, and we can use these different options feature once we enable it. Now uh, we have this feature cancel sales order and back order automatically and enforce a single shipment. So with this feature, in many organization, customer customer has a specific fulfillment terms, which can include whether or not the customer accept a back order or a multiple shipment. So before this update, if the customer didn't accept the back orders or a multiple shipments, we need to manually cancel the quantities, and if we cannot fulfill the promised delivery date. So now uh, with this feature, we can automatically cancel any quantity that cannot be fulfilled due to on-hand quantity storage, or it may be any of the reason. Uh, so so to use this feature, we need to opt in the UI to enable this feature. And the main business benefit is this feature makes it easier to comply the customer fulfillment contracts by automatically canceling the unfulfilled times. So now we have once we opt in it, we have an option to cancel back orders and enforce a single shipment by selecting yes or no. This will by selecting as a yes, once this will go in a back order, it will automatically canceling from the sales orders. Now moving to the next one, which is send ship details to Oracle Fusion Cloud Order Management more efficiently. So updating the sales orders with the details of what shipped or an integral part of the overall fulfillment process, especially true for a partial fulfill orders or a high volume environments to ensure proper supply management. Now, Oracle shipping uses the high volume integration approach to send a ship details to Oracle Fusion Cloud Order Management. All orders are even in the if Oracle or order management high volume order processing feature released in the previously 23 isn't if it is not enabled. Prior to this feature, when any shipment was closed, manage shipment interface schedule process submitted the process sent shipment advice, and it will change the sales order lines status. Now now with this feature, the manage shipment interface process directly adds an shipment details to an order management interface table, and it will initiate a process response from the order fulfillment schedule process. So there will be no opt-in and configuration changes involved in it. And yes, it is a very quick win for us. So the main business benefit for is this enhancement increases the performance between the shipping module and the order management module, leading to the greater efficiency overall the order to cash process. Now moving to the next one, monitor and manage deliveries across the organization. So uh, so for healthcare providers like hospitals, or any office campus or any large building with a multiple employees, typically face a similar challenge when it comes to getting goods delivered to the specific people who ordered them. Now with this feature, we can deliver now we can use a delivery management to help organize and track these deliveries across the organization. Now we can have deliveries automatically or manually created after you receive an expense or an inventory destination. Now, so there will be a configuration changes, and it is a quick win for us. And the main business benefit with for this feature to use this feature is the delivery management workbench provide you the ability to effectively manage and review the deliveries at any par location within the organization. Now we have different um, features for which we for to use that features we can use our mobile devices. So first is delivered goods using a mobile device. The next one is we can receive the goods by using the mobile devices, and the next one is we can now put away the goods using our mobile devices. So all this feature we need not to opt in for it to enable this feature to use this feature, and there will be no configuration changes. And yes, this is a quick win for us. We can scan the specific items, and we can deliver or issue or put away the goods by using our mobile devices. Now moving to the next one, we can so the this feature is perform recall counts using the recall count responsive application. So we can record recall counts using a mobile device. Again, we can use for this feature we can use our mobile device by scanning the barcode data to initiate the new mobile flow by clicking the inventory management option under the supply chain execution tab. Here we can see the recall count in the supply chain execution tab. And now alternately now we can directly navigate to different mobile pages using a quick action. For example, here we can see the recall count option, navigate to recall count mobile page directly. Now moving to the next one, which is use the enhanced period costing accounting balance report by supporting reference for an account reconciliation. Now for with this feature, we can view cost accounting balance in summary and detail mode to reconcile the cost accounting subledger with the general ledger, the period costing account balance by supporting reference report. can be generated for the schedule process work area. So here we can see um, summarization levels supported at the accounting line type, and account, and period activity details. Now, and the following are some of the new reconciliation reporting capabilities introduced with this update. Now that reports serve as a trial balance for a cost accounting subledgers. We can view the reconcile account balance in the context of the costing accounting subledger. Now, and also you can view the reconcile summary and in detail balances. So the main business benefit is now, as I mentioned earlier, we can now view and reconcile account balances at the following levels: accounting line type and accounting line type and account. So there will be no configuration changes involved and no opt-in. We can opt in for it. We can, and enable this feature. Now, next one is create cost account, a cost distribution in a period that is in the future enterable status in GL. So we can now process the transaction and create accounting distribution when the GL period is in the future enable status. This helps us to continue with our GL closure process in the for the current period, while in the cost accounting process and a cost supply chain transaction for the next period. So the main business benefit is this feature helps to continue with the GL closure process for the current period, and for and we can create a cost accounting distribution for the future transactions. So we need not to do anything to use this feature. There will be no configuration changes. Yes, then this is quick win for us. Now, next one is use the enhanced inventory valuation page to include operational view of inventory value at the inventory organization and sub-inventory level. Previously, we can use the inventory valuation page or inventory valuation at the organization level only. By this feature, now we can see the inventory valuation at the sub-inventory level. So to use this feature, we don't need to do there will be no configuration changes, and we need not do to enable this feature to use it. And even item level inventory value, and we can see the valuation by this by item category, inventory organization, and sub inventory. Now, moving to the next one, analyze rolled up cost for a supply chain cost roll up using a new subject area. So if we use the supply chain cost roll up to calculate the cost of our manufactured items, now we can analyze this cost using a costing supply chain cost roll up real time subject area in OTBI. So this is basically an OTBI subject area, and which we can use it and now we can validate our cost by reviewing our work definition operations, work definition materials, resources, and outputs, even the component cost, resource rate, and overhead rates. So so the main business benefit for this feature is it will be very useful for customer who use the supply chain cost roll up to calculate the cost of their manufactured items. Now moving to the next one, which is enable parallel processing for a cost distribution processor. So the create cost accounting distribution process calculates the cost and generate the distributions for all the transactions, such as inventory material transactions, or a purchase order receipt, or a work order completions, or any resource transactions from the work orders. Now we can enable a parallel processing. With this feature, we can enable a parallel processing in a create cost accounting distribution so that the eligible transactions are spread across the multiple sub processes to achieve a much higher during the distribution processing stage. Once we enable this, so to use this feature, we need to opt in into UI to enable this feature to use this feature. So the main advantage for to use main advantage with this feature is from sorry. So the main advantage from such parallel processing is to allow for dividing the load irrespective of cost organization, structure or variations in a data volume in the cost organization to set cost organization. So there will be no configuration changes. And again, this is a quick win for us. Now, moving to the next one, which is report ad hoc outputs during order execution in a discrete manufacturing area. Discrete manufacturing. So discrete manufacturing process sometimes involve in a production of more than one output at the end of the operation. So with this a new update, we can now report additional co-products and byproducts as a ad hoc output during the execution of an operations for a standard discrete manufacturing work orders. This feature we need to opt in UI. We can use the output of reverse transaction to correct the output completion. Now moving to the next one, which is selected cost management bug fix. So there are previously there were few bugs which was uh, with, bugs that has been fixed by Oracle. So the cost reports processor selected the cost cutoff date set in a current period and a system date in the same period. Previously, this was the bug was in create cost accounting distributions. Now this has been fixed, and now we can good to use it. Now moving to the next one, which is create and update resource rate using a Redwood page. Uh, when we set up a work definition for manufactured item, this resource rate are used in a different operations. So now we can create, modify, delete, and search for a resource rate using the Redwood pages. We can verify resource rate details and existing resource rate and download the existing resource rate information into the spreadsheet as well in the offline analysis for collaborations. Now moving to the next one, which is use enhanced reporting for a period accruals. So again, we have a new subject. We have a subject area wherein we can use receipt accounting, uninvoiced receipt accruals in a real-time subject area. So there will be no configuration changes because it's a simply OTBI report subject area. Here we can see in uninvoiced period and receipt accruals option available in this subject area in the cost management. Now moving to the next one, which is drive transfer price uh, using the country of origin and project number for for the for intercompany shipment and transfer orders. We have to define a transfer pricing for the financial orchestration process and for considering the additional transaction attributes of a country of origin and a project number for item cost basis. If the item cost profile is configured based on the parameters when the transfer pricing rule is set to the item cost basis, the financial orchestration process will derive the transfer pricing considering these transactional attributes. So now we can define a country of origin and a project number in it, and based on that we can derive a transfer pricing. So there will be no opt-in for it. We need not do anything, and we there will be no configuration changes involved in it. So yes, this is a quick win for us. So here, country of origin option we can see. We can mention at any country of origin, and we can derive the transfer pricing rule. Now moving to the next one, which is update attributes. So these are now these are all the features of order management. So the very first one is update attributes on a split order lines for a partial dropship shipment. With this feature, we can update the attributes on a split order line in the orders when Oracle procurement ships the part of the order lines in a dropship shipment flow. We can update the following attributes, like update the attributes on a split order lines. We can update the attribute on a purchase order lines, update one or more attributes on a order line that has been split and shipped through the dropship shipment. To use this feature, we need to opt in into UI. So once we enable this feature, the, what we can uh, what we can change, and what attribute we can change, and if it is able to, if we are able to change this or not. So the yes and no has already been mentioned over here. So types of item, there are types of item mentioned over here, and the different attributes like reduce the quantity, split schedule, revise ship dates, and so on, and cancel schedule, and other attributes value that we can change with this feature. So wherever specified as a no, once the pick to order has already been done, then we cannot revise it, or we cannot cancel it. We cannot cancel the line, or cancel, even though we can cancel the order, but we cannot cancel the line. So once we enable it, we can perform a few test cases, and based on that we can confirm that this attribute is useful or not. So these are the some attribute changes when we perform any changes in the procurement. What has impacted in the order management, that has already been mentioned over here. So now the moving to the next one, which is the bug fixes that has been done with this feature. Validate and freeze the attribute when processing order revision. Include pricing data when you freeze or pricing during import. Recover from error that involves a purchase order events as well. So moving to the next one, which is the cancel sales order and back orders automatically and enforce a signal shipment. So this feature we already discussed in the inventory module. So this is the same feature which we have. We can cancel the back order line or a split shipment lines with this feature. Now moving to the next one, which is the apply discount according to the items category. To apply a discount according to one or more categories in a catalog. So to let's take an example that assume we have a sales catalog. It contains a computer as a category, and computer category contains a three child categories like desktop, laptops, and printers. And each of them have a different parts. Now you can create a rule that applies to a discount for items that are child desktop category, and we can also create a rule that applies to a discount for all items that are in parent computer category. So to use this feature, there will be a configuration changes, and uh, this will know a quick win for us, because to apply a discount for a specific category and specific item, we need to test it out in and we need this will require a regression testing. Uh, so So what to do to use this feature? We need to go to the product information management work area, then set up a category hierarchy for the particular item. Then we need to run the refresh product hub snapshot schedule process. Then we need to use the matrix classes, and do the configuration changes into the system to use this apply discount according to the items category feature. So these are the screenshots that has already mentioned. First, we need to specify the category. Then we need to provide the conditions uh, and the catalog name. Even while creating a discount rule, we need to provide a category hierarchy. And once we provided all these details, then we can see the sales price according to the item based discount rule with these features. So this is how we can use this feature. Now then moving to the next one, which is adjust the price according to the items category. Adjust the price on a on a price list according to one or more categories or a catalogs through a pricing adjustment matrix. So there are three major factors: improve financial and pricing analytics, meet more complex pricing requirement, and improve decision making that involve a category pricing. So to enable this, we need to make configuration changes. There will be no opt-in for it, and again, this will be not a quick win for us, because it requires a regression testing. To steps to enable set up a category hierarchy that we already discussed. We need to run a schedule process, and then we need to use the manage matrix classes to set up a pricing matrix. Then we can create a rule for it. Now moving to the next one, which is import types and rates of consumption for manufacturing component material and resources. So previously, we can configure a fixed setup and a variable cycle times for each manufacturing operations by collecting values from the Oracle manufacturing work definitions. Now, if your organization doesn't use the Oracle manufacturing, you can now update the types of rate of consumption through a file-based data import. By we can use these FBDI file, use the supply chain planning bill of resources FBDI template to use this. So this is a quick win for us. No need to enable, and there will be no configuration changes. So this is the FBDI template which we have. We can update the rates of consumptions for manufacturing components, materials, and resources. Once we load the data from the file, we can review bills of resources in the aggregate bill of resource tables in the plan work input work area. Now moving to the next one, which is consume resource capacity only after components are available. So material should be on hand, then only a global order promising can schedule more than one material and a component to manufacture an item in parallel. To prevent this, to prevent the unplanned idle time, starting with this update, we can now choose the delay the resource consumption date until after all components and materials are available. So again, it requires a configuration changes and a regression testing. So this will not be a quick win for us. So Here, there is an option consider resource after components are available. So there is a checkbox for it, and once we enable it, we can perform the regression testing it, and we can confirm that it is working as expected or not. Yeah, so that's all from my side. If we have questions,
Yeah, thank you, Shahid, for wonderful insights. Let's quickly move towards the Q&A part. Hi, Vinayak. Could you please check if you have any questions that you want to take up?
Uh, Hi. So we don't have any questions as of now from the attendees.
Okay, thank you, Vinayak. So you will be receiving an email by next week wherein presentation and session recording would be available to you at a single click. So please do look out for an email in your inbox. These are the upcoming session which you can see on the screen. Please register or ask your colleagues to register and be part of the webinars. Before you leave us, we would like to have a quick feedback on today's session. I'm launching the poll now. Okay, closing the poll. Thank you once again for your valuable time. Bye, everyone.